everyone, it's me, FancyAlly, and I'm here with my good Judy Miss.
Judy Puss. Hello, uglies.
Hello, uglies. We're giving frozen realness tonight, right, Miss Judy Puss? You show off the shirt.
Oh, I'm rotten
to the core. Yes, it's technically my shirt, and this is technically Miss Judy Puss's shirt. I guess we're, just, it's opposite day today, I guess.
Yes.
And usually I don't wear glasses and stuff, but today I'm wearing glasses because I forgot my contacts.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Something different. We're gonna just do what do, and just what matters is us and our review, right, Miss Judy Puss?
Yes.
And we're gonna try not to touch our hair, but it's gonna be hard with these wigs, but please, we're gonna try our best. All right, let's get to it, everyone. Oh yeah, let's just show off our nails real quick. So yeah, these are just blue nails that they're already blue, and then Miss Judy Puss, that is a different color, way better than last week. And we got that from Kohl's. They had like a nice holiday sale or whatever, like a set with like 10 or 15
different colors.
Yes, so we're gonna definitely be using that. We're kind of sad. I think, and we don't know how many episodes there are left. So I think at least 2, right?
Yeah, that has to be the finale, then the reunion.
No, usually they have the reunion first, Miss Judy Puss.
Yeah, that's why they keep on saying 7 days to the finale, but we'll see if it's not 14.
Hopefully there will be a reunion, because we need a reunion with this season, because this season was so dramatic, so crazy. We need a reunion. Hopefully that'll happen next week. Our makeup and everything, we're definitely going to do Christmas next week, because it's the week before Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
And then maybe for the last review, I don't know, we'll just be creative and do something different. Something different. But yes, but today we're doing the nice blue makeup. Even with my glasses, you can still see. You can see with Miss Judy Puss, and we got some nice Jeffree Star. I forgot what color this is. It's literally in the bathroom, but I'm too tired. Like we don't have time to go look. Maybe I'll put it in the description down below.
Yes, Jeffree Star.
Let's get on with this review, shall we?
We shall. This was episode 8 of Dragula.
Episode 8, Horror Icons, which was here I am touching my hair, which was a freaking a challenge during season 4 they mentioned, which I love this challenge because it's like we'll get into it later. But right off the bat, what was happening with Judy Puss?
Melissa was out last week. She
got
was
eliminated.
dropped. So much happened last week that
she quit not because she wanted to, because the freaking contestants had, they're the reason why she quit.
It started out everyone talking about Melissa, how she wanted to leave and this and that, and then you get right to it. And here comes Coco. Coco is back, and she is pissed.
Let me see. Yeah, right off the bat, because they showed the flashback from like last week, so I was like, oh man, I miss Melissa, but don't worry, her impact was definitely felt, right? Yes. Evah, they were talking before Coco came in the room. They were talking about everything that went on, and then Evah was like, you know what? She even though she read us to filth, like she said a lot of truths, and nobody's innocent. I'm not innocent. Melissa's not innocent.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's guilty.
Literally, everyone is. Yes, including you, Miss Judy Puss. That's why I'm Elsa. You're Anna. I'm the queen, not you.
I'm just a peasant.
Yes, Anna, remember in the movie she was falling in love with some boy, and then he ended up being he ended up being the villain. Yes. Which is ironic because you're wearing a Descendants shirt, which is mine. But yes, because we're going to do TikToks after this. Follow me on TikTok, FancyAlly too. Astrid said she was feeling guilty about Melissa leaving, and I was like, she should. Yes, you should feel guilty, bitch, because you're where a lot of the drama and stuff. Coco, and then here comes Coco, right, Miss Judy?
Oh yes, Coco comes back, and she is pissed. And she just starts reading everyone in the room, saying that nobody cares about Melissa, gonna let her go walk out like that.
Yeah, as soon as she walked in the room, she was like, disrespectfully, fuck all y'all. And then she proceeded to read them all for filth, as she should.
Yes.
So y'all didn't even flinch when she left the room, and then when you guys found out that she left the competition, y'all were like, y'all didn't give a fuck or whatever, y'all seemed like unbothered or whatever. Coco was like, Melissa left because of y'all, not because of anything else. Motherfucking y'all will feel
my wrath?
Yeah, something like that. The wrath of my curse or something.
Yes.
It was very dramatic, as, I love drama. Yes. I love the drama. Because, of course, Astrid, again, was like, I said in the boudoir or whatever that I don't mind that you do things last minute. And then she's like, if one more person says that I do things last minute, but I think that's when she said, oh, you would feel the wrath or whatever. Yes. And then she was like, oh, well, if I lived with my mom, then I wouldn't have to be doing things last minute, but bitch, I have to fucking work and put money on the table for rent and shit, so that's why I do things last minute, because bitch, I gotta work and, I gotta money.
Apparently Coco doesn't live with her mother.
Apparently, yes.
And then I'm looking at the other girls, I'm like, oh, who does?
And then we were like, I think Astrid for sure lives with her mother, which we're not judging anyone, but we're just saying, like, who lives with their mother? Probably Astrid. Maybe Evah. I was saying not Hoso, at least not now, because Hoso's mom is probably in Korea. But maybe, who knows, maybe when she goes back to Korea, she lives with her mom. But there's no judging with that, you know what I mean? But it does explain, like, if you live on your own and you're independent, you do have to make the money for yourself, for the rent, you don't have anyone else to,
depend on.
Yeah, so it's harder. So yeah, and like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. No, it doesn't matter, because it's like, guess what? You could do things last minute, but you could still be the best on the runway. That shouldn't matter at all.
I do some of my best work last minute.
Exactly, like, yeah.
Yeah, then Coco calmed down and then, lowered the tone of voice and explained the harshness of the situation to everybody, and then everybody kind of agreed that they were wrong, and it was a nice moment at the end there, right?
Yeah. But she basically was saying, like, I'm sorry that I had to, come at y'all like this, but sometimes it does take someone getting to this level for some people to understand and get it, you know what I mean? And that can be applied to so many areas in life, That's why sometimes people of color, we have to shout out the mountaintops, because if not, no one's gonna fucking hear us, because our voice is already diminished enough, you know what I mean? So I feel her pain, and, she was representing herself, and also Melissa. Like, Melissa's gone, so somebody had to speak up for her, because these bitches weren't. So, she did what she had to do. And I love that she did that, you know what I mean?
What needed to be done.
That's what I literally wrote, yeah. She did what needed to be done, period. Shout out to Legendary. We're really sad that it got, canceled, because obviously, if you look on our channel, we reviewed Legendary season 3.
Yes.
But honestly, I am not losing hope at all, because Miss Naomi Maldonado on her Instagram, she was like, oh, yes, it's official, but put in the comments, other streaming services so that they could pick up. You know what I mean? I believe that someone could and someone should. You know what I mean? This is a perfect opportunity for the other streaming services. It's an LGBT plus show. It's about ballroom culture. It's a music show. It's a competition show. You know what I mean? It's a dance competition show. So I think it would hopefully maybe it would be even better on another network. So I tagged Peacock, because yes, I tagged Hulu, and I tagged
Paramount
Plus, that's what it was. No Disney Plus, I don't think they would do it, but honestly I would be pleasantly surprised if they did, but I don't think they would, because Legendary culture is not very...
It is a family show.
It's family, but like there's probably curses and the fighting, and you know what I mean? But I would be very pleasantly surprised if Disney did it. And then Netflix, we don't support Netflix in this household, so no Netflix for us. What else? Prime, who fucking watches Prime? Nobody. And HBO Max, obviously they're dead to us now. We're watching Degrassi on there right now, but we're about to cancel our subscription once we're done with Degrassi, because they didn't fucking do the reboot, the Degrassi reboot. They canceled Batgirl, they canceled Legendary. I heard they're getting rid of shows. I heard they filmed a season 2 of a show, and they're like, no, even though we already filmed it, it's canceled, and we're taking off season 1 off the streaming for. They're just a mess. Whoever owner of HBO Max, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You're fucking crap. Justice for Batgirl. Justice for Leslie Grace. That was, we loved her in the Heights. And the system's corrupt. Fuck these rich white men. These corrupt rich white men. Right, Miss Judy Puss?
Yeah.
We need more good white people like Miss Judy Puss. Where are our guest judges? Where are our guest judges? Where are our special guests? That would be a good opportunity for them to come.
Hello. Hi everyone, it's me. I'm Miss Babylon from Babylon. Fuck those white bitches. Fuck those rich white men. And we love you, Coco King, for doing what's right and speaking up for all our people of color. We love you. Bye. Bye. I'm a person of color too. I think I'm Gen Z. I don't know if I'm Gen Z or Gen X, whatever, but yes, we need more people like Coco King to speak up for what's right.
Up.
Period.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, Becky.
But yes, so those are 2 of our special guests. You'll see more later. But let's get to this bitch. We were actually surprised because there was so much drama the first fucking 10 seconds, 10 minutes or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Usually we're just like, just a quick little recap and then, onto the floor show or whatever. But no, there was probably more drama in the intro for this episode than there was in the cauldron. I know, but then Coco also brought up Hosta Teratoma, and she was like, you're being so strategic, everyone's falling for your trap or whatever. I was like, damn, she's really reading these girls.
Hosta's good at staying quiet during all these.
Yeah, Hosta was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Which,
Hosta got a plan.
You think she has a plan?
She got a plan to win.
I think she wants to win, obviously, but I don't think she has a plan. I don't want to sound shady, but I don't think Hosta's smart enough to come up with a whole plan. I think Coco is being strategic. I think Evah's being strategic, and she's trying not to show her personality that much. Victoria just is full of herself, and Astrid is delusional. So Hosta, I feel like, is just minding her own business and doing what she has to do. You know what I mean? So Victoria. They were like, Victoria has no personality, which I agree with. Coco was like, you can't just win off of not having a personality. And I agree. I think the winner should have a personality, so I don't necessarily want Victoria to win. It's like, I don't know. It's like, when people get picked to go to school or whatever, like Harvard or whatever, it's like, a lot of people could have straight A's, you know what I mean? You need something extra to pick them, you know what I mean? So Victoria, she does perfect in terms of, aesthetics or whatever, but her personality, I think, is lacking. And I said what I said.
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah, that was basically it. Like Miss Judy said, eventually they did, kind of make peace a little bit, and Coco was like, I just want y'all to understand where I'm coming from, where Melissa's coming from, and I guess we can move on, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So now on to the stage, the Boulay Brothers.
Yes, we called them to the stage.
Yes.
This week's challenge.
What is the challenge this
week's challenge was the horror icon makeover.
Yes.
Which they had to make over an iconic horror character from either film, television, video games,
comic books
or novels.
And they had to basically make it their own,
yes,
kind of have an interpretation, but also be recognizable,
yes.
which is sometimes can be challenging.
No cosplay.
No cosplay. Yes. No, none of that. No. Sorry, Miss Dax, exclamation point.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Oh yeah, they also had to do a little skit.
Reenact the scene from the famous iconic creatures.
Yes.
Horror monster scene.
Yes, exactly. But before that was the fright feat. What was the fright feat this week, Miss Judy Puss?
Oh God, it was the lie detector shock test. Got drama written all over it.
It was a truth teller electric chair. If they lied, they got a little bit. They got, what was it?
How many volts was it?
4,500 white volts, because of course it gotta be white, right?
Wow.
Oh my god, so the gag was before they even started, they said something like, I think they already spilled the beans. They were like, oh, 2 people are gonna go home.
Yes.
And whoever goes home, you're not gonna go on the tour. Which I was like, at first I was telling Judy Puss, I was like, oh, you know, because you know the winner is gonna go on tour, obviously. But I was like, they always pick like the top 4 or whatever to go on tour too. Because a tour is not just one person. Yeah. But then, so now that they're saying this, it's like, damn, so, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
I did my middle finger so much that look, my nail fucking came. This is drag, everyone. Now y'all know what happened.
Those are fake nails, what?
But yeah, so the fright feet. You know, I thought, oh, you know, it seems like an easy thing this week. It's nothing crazy. It's just gonna be really quick. But oh my god, again, fright feet was a lot juicier than I thought it was gonna be, right?
Yeah, they really asked the questions that the world wanted to know.
We needed to know. You know what I mean?
Minds. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, Coco, like I said, was being strategic during the challenge. She was like, you know what, I'm just gonna lie about everything. So y'all don't know what I'm lying about, but you know what I mean? I think it still kind of worked against her because, like, if she's lying, the thing's gonna tell you you're lying, so then you know that she actually is true. You know what I mean? There was a lot of dragging of Astrid, like saying that she should perform better. Basically, they asked Astrid if she loves Hoso, and she's like, no, I don't. But then it said that she was lying, so she does love Astrid. They asked all of them if they all trust each other. Nobody trusts each other. No trust here. Yes. No one took Coco's stuff, allegedly, because they asked every single person, did you take Coco's stuff? And they all said no, and then they were true. And then I think they asked her, do you think someone took your stuff? And she was like, yes. I don't even know. But.
Yeah. But that's the big question. Was Coco sabotaged?
Right? And honestly, I feel like, what's it called?
Yeah, who'd you say you think it was?
I said, you know what? It could either be someone who already went home, or it could be the producers, or it could be the Boulay brothers. You never know. You know what I mean? But I guess it'll just be a mystery. But maybe if we have a reunion, we could find out if someone actually did it. Right,
yeah, they tell us at the end here who did that. Yeah. Either that or Coco was just losing her mind and just losing the drag everywhere, or possibly possessed, or there's a spirit.
Girl, I don't even know. You gotta know.
Yeah, maybe a ghost.
Honestly, it could be, because it's Dragula. Yeah. Maybe it's one of those boys that, you know, comes for the fright beats with the trays of shots of blood. Yeah. I bet it's the new guy.
It's the new guy.
We knew we couldn't trust him.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, Hoso loves up. No, actually, they asked Hoso, oh, do you still love Abhorror? And she's like, no, but then yes, she does love Abhorror. Then they asked Victoria, oh, was Astrid ever in your top 3? And she was like, yes, but no, she wasn't. She was never in anybody's top 3, to be honest. Yeah. Astrid, no, she's not top 3 material. She was like, I don't think I'm gonna be in the top 3.
Even Astrid admitted to herself she's not gonna be in the top 3.
Yeah, and then later on they had like a little moment after the fright feed was over, and she was like, oh, I have doubts. And I was thinking of the Meryl Streep movie called Doubts, and we should watch one day. Really? It's about the Catholic Church priest raping children. Oh. And it has Meryl Streep and what's her name? She's a black actress that's really good. I'm gonna edit that out because I don't want to sound like a racist. No, racist. It's the one that plays someone in Suicide Squad, but you haven't seen Suicide Squad. No. So yeah, they just wanted to waste time because last week's episode was 64 minutes and this time it was 74. So they're like, oh, why don't we just do some random trust falls? And that's when I painted Miss Judy Puss's nails.
Yeah, they're doing
the
like, trust falls where they fall into each other's arms.
Yeah, and all I basically wrote was, oh my god, I love seeing Evah's hairy arms.
Yes, they talked about
even Victoria was like, oh, I hope she catches me in those hairy, strong arms. And then I was surprised, I think Hoso caught Evah, and she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, Hoso.
Yeah. While they were getting ready, I was like, oh, what palettes are they using in the workroom? Because some of them looked pretty interesting. Yeah. But I was trying to see if there was any Jeffree Star, because that's what we mostly use, right, Miss Judy?
Yes, Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star.
Hello.
Oh my god, Yogo, what are you doing here?
I was only in the video at the end. Now I'm at the beginning.
Yes, and look at him, he's all festive today.
I'm a reindeer dog.
He's a reindeer dog. He will cut you. We love Yogo so much.
We love everyone. Thank you, everyone, for liking
and subscribing and commenting on our video. Thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to us. We've been watching the views. They've been growing steadily and stuff.
Alvin, I want for Christmas more viewers.
Me too, Yogo. Maybe, hopefully, we could have a Christmas miracle, right, Miss Judy Puss?
A Christmas miracle. A Christmas miracle. Yes.
We would love that. So shout out, share our video. Please try to get us more and more. Twice.
Please, thank you.
Twice. Bye. Bye, Yogo.
Bye, Alvin. Love you.
FancyAlly.
Oh, bye, FancyAlly. Love you.
Love you too, Yogo.
Bye.
Yogo. No. And Victoria was doing some dumb thing where she was killing everyone, and it was black and white, and I was just like, they're really just dragging this episode out. You know what I mean? We honestly didn't really need that, to be honest. Or they could have sped it up and make it like a little montage.
Like a gag reel.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so on to the floor show. The Boulay brothers, first of all, right? Like always.
The Boulay brothers kind of look basic like they usually do. With the red, the black, the white contacts.
Yes.
They had a black kind of robes, but then it had a red collar that was glittery and sleeves, red sleeves.
Yeah, it was like almost like blood, right?
Yeah, and they had the nails and they had blue earrings that looked like jewels. And what else, Miss Judy Puss?
Yeah, just about the bloody collar and the bloody, sleeves.
Yeah, that was basically it. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Jojo, for the Boulay brothers look, which, yes.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe. We love our special guests. They love us so much. What do you mean they're demanding?
They're asking everyone to like and subscribe. Only like and subscribe if you want
They're
to.
asking nicely, kind of. Well, y'all should.
Do it.
Maybe if y'all did it anyways, we wouldn't have Yogo asking every single week.
Yeah, no, you'll just be thanking you.
Are y'all good for Christmas or not? Are y'all on the good list or not? Y'all are on the naughty list, aren't y'all, bitches? But anyway, so on to the floor show. Oh yeah, the guest judges this week.
The guest judges. Our first guest judge was Jojo Briggs.
Joe Bob Briggs,
Joe Bob Briggs.
allegedly a horror icon himself.
Yes. I had to Google him. Apparently he hosts, he'll be like a host of a horror screening on Showtime, and he was hired by Shudder to do a program on Shudder as well.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
And then the second judge was Harvey something.
Gullen.
He does some ghost hunting show, which Miss Judy Puss loves watching ghost hunting
Yes,
stuff, right?
it's so real.
Oh, that's shady.
No, it's my spirit box.
You say you did. Oh yeah, she had a spirit box. That shit was scary. You better not bring it when we go on a trip soon. No, don't please, no.
There's spirits on the line trip, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, where was that? Pennsylvania?
Yes,
Or Florida?
It was haunted like hell. That was Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's a scary place in general.
Yes.
I would never move there. Anyways, actually maybe because they have some good theme parks. Knoebels, Thorny Park. Isn't it Hershey? Yeah, Hershey's in there.
Hershey.
Anyway, so yeah, the guest judges, blah 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 blah. The floor show.
Yeah, under the floor show.
So the first one was Coco, and I was a little confused because
Yes.
she also when she was getting ready, she was like, "I'm not gonna say what I am, but maybe you'll figure it out." And then at first I was like, she kind of looks like the Bouview brothers a little bit.
Yeah, first
And
I
then
question mark. I was like, who is she? She looks familiar, but what is this?
and then what's it called? Obviously, she did her little skit, and she basically did what the Bouview brothers were like. Oh, welcome to the floor show.
Yeah, dim the
Blah, blah,
lights.
blah. Yeah, dim the lights and all that. And she did great. And I think, you know, later on we're gonna say what they said, but I thought she looked really pretty. She probably looked the prettiest this whole season. And that's not shade, because I'm just saying this look was very glamorous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think she had like a small waist, right? And then she was showing legs like she always
Yeah,
does.
legs and hips.
And it just was very glamorous. The hair, the makeup, everything was just gorgeous. And then later on, I noticed she had like a little bit of blood on her lip, but it was like glittery blood, and I was just like, I just
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
like
You know what I mean?
jewels. Yeah.
She had the high ponytail, which I think a couple weeks ago the Bouview brothers had like a very high ponytail, but hers was like all the way to the ground. I was like, yes, because she made it her own. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Next was
Next was Hoso.
Hosa Teratoma.
Hoso Totomo.
And she was going for the ring, but you know, you kind of described earlier that she was trying to do the like original, like what the ring is based off of. I think it's a Japanese film. I think.
Korean.
Oh, it's a Korean film, and so she was doing the original, which obviously yes, and she's Korean as well, so it just fit perfectly.
It fit perfectly for her.
And then you know, because we all know like the ring with the long black hair, but she had like long black hair, and then she also incorporated the VHS tapes and intertwined it with her hair, and you know, so just the look was just perfect, and she had the iconic Hoso makeup, but like I think she toned it down a bit, which I think was appropriate for the look. So I think she just nailed this challenge all around. You know what I mean? Next up was
Yeah, I really like the VCR tapes though.
yes, me too. It was awesome.
Haven't seen
And
it.
obviously she came out the TV, the
Oh,
big
TV on her
TV,
face,
and then
yeah.
later on she had a TV on her head, and then, you know, the Bouview brothers and everyone kept being like, oh, the two TVs, but then if you think about it, we're watching her on TV, so it's three TVs.
Yes.
So it's very
So she had a
meta.
TV on her head with the TV behind her, and we're watching her on TV.
Yes,
And
and
we're
then
talking to you.
on YouTube.
On YouTube, which
It's
is
all-
almost like a TV.
It's all illusion. It's all connected.
It's a ring.
Period. Next up is,
Next up, we had to figure this one out. Victoria.
Victoria Black.
Yes, Victoria Black.
Victoria Elizabeth Black.
Yes.
What was she?
She was the crypt keeper.
She was, but she was kind of like a female version, a drag version. And she looked really pretty, kind of in a way.
Yeah, kind of like
but it was definitely like spot on the Crypt Keeper. Like I said, I don't know if the Crypt Keeper is already one of the characters at Universal Studios, but it looked like if Universal Studios did the Crypt Keeper.
yes.
But I like that she had like the book. I guess I'm not that familiar with the Crypt Keeper, or whatever. But I guess the Crypt Keeper has a book. Oh yeah, I think he like tells like horror stories or
Yeah,
whatever.
it does.
So then she opened up the book and it said, oh, the Boulay brothers
Yeah,
were.
so the Boulay brothers.
Yes, and I was like, that was a really nice
It's
extra
helping the
thing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so you know, I thought it was decent. It was okay.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Next up is
Next up was Evah Destruction.
Eva Destruction.
Yes.
What was she?
She was the alien from Mars Attacks.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that anyone. I know she was like some type of alien, outer space, you know what I mean? But I'm not familiar with like the original
Yeah,
reference.
Mars Attacks. The stars in that picture.
Makes sense. But anyway, so then I like that she had a laser gun, and at first I thought it was just like it wasn't shooting lasers, but then it actually was shooting lasers.
Yeah, it's an actual laser.
And it was perfect, and I was like, oh, that might be expensive, especially since if it actually shoots lasers and stuff. And she had like a green eye that was kind of falling off, but then it actually was literally falling off later.
Yes.
And I thought she looked pretty, and she had spikes on the dress, right?
Yeah, I really liked the look. The dress, the bodysuit was nice.
Yes, I think they said in the original it was just like a gown, right? But this was more like a
Yes.
bodysuit. But yeah, I thought it was okay. It was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked that movie.
Yes, and next up we have
Astrid.
Astrid Aurelia,
Astrid.
which I don't know why I kind of thought Victoria was Astrid and Astrid was Victoria.
Yeah, you got them mixed up.
But then they said the name, and what was she?
She was the Predator.
She was the Predator, but before we got to see it, it was like all lit up and stuff.
Yeah, neon
And
lights.
then the lights came on, and we got to see, you know, the iconic like braids-looking things from the head.
Yeah.
Because we know Melissa B. Fierce did the Predator earlier this season, but it was like a glamorous,
Or maybe she did
bejeweled.
she do the Alien?
No, it was the Predator.
Because the Boy Brothers mentioned Alien vs. Predator.
I don't know. I don't care. We're moving on. So anyway, Next. No, but honestly, her look was okay. And then later on, the Blade Brothers kind of were like, you know, it looked like a helmet. And I don't know, I think I've seen better, kind of.
Yeah, it looked, especially in the light, it looked like just something he made out of bicycle helmets and whatnot. He put it on his head. I don't think he even put makeup on, really. It was weird.
Yeah, and to be honest, the lights was cool, but did I know it was a Predator before the lights turned on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it was just in the dark with the lights, I didn't know it was a Predator.
She could have done so much more. Like the Predator has that mouth thing. She could have done something with the
Exactly.
mouth.
And her skit or whatever, she tried doing like a little thing, but we didn't get it. The Blade Brothers didn't get it, so it was a fail.
In the floor show, she could have. I mean, the Predator doesn't speak, but it did speak one time. It said something to Arnold. What did it say to Arnold? Smile, you son of a bitch, or something like that.
Oh my god, what's called? I can't. You know, it's too timely for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not tonight. We're in 2022. When was that? When did that movie come out? I love how I wasn't even looking at my notes this whole time. So Miss Judy Puss is going to talk about what the Blade Brothers thought, and then I'll talk about what the guest judges thought.
Okay. Yeah, Blade Brothers overall really loved the floor show. First they said we really love us, what we do.
Yes.
Because, you know, why not?
Yeah, I mean the floor shows are their idea, so they have a point.
Their idea, so they loved them. And yeah, they loved the floor show.
I don't know what GiGi. I'll just hold her while you're doing this, and we'll just stare at you.
So yeah, they really loved the floor show and everything about it. They were Coco. They were extremely flattered with Coco. You know, obviously Coco dressed up as them.
Yes.
But yeah, they were flattered and very excited about Coco's development through you know, the last few episodes.
Because, you know, 2 people are leaving this episode, so they're like, all right, we're going to base it off this challenge, but also their journey on the whole competition, because this is, we're going to determine the top 3, so we have to take into account, you know, the whole competition, you know what I mean? What they brought this whole competition.
Yeah, they really liked Coco's look. They liked her attitude, that the whole performance. They thought they did she did some good stuff in the past. And I agree too. I really liked the, you know, her look going to be the Blade Brothers, you know, the change. Like she had jewels instead of blood.
Yeah, she was definitely very Coco, but also Blade Brothers.
Yeah, so it was a good merge.
And she took a risk, honestly, doing them.
Yeah, and then they made some comment about her ability to quickly get into character, to get into drag, which is kind of was the theme, like last minute. Blade Brothers noticed it too. I don't know. Okay, and then Astrid. Astrid. They said basically she's not ready to be in this competition.
Which, you know, she kind of said this all throughout the episode. Yes. And I mean, I feel like people were being quiet because they're like, I mean, yes, we agree, you're not ready for this, but we're not going to tell you that because you're already feeling bad about it. But it's like, it's true.
Yes, Big Blade Brother liked it, Little Blade Brother didn't like it.
Yes, but let me just say one nice thing about Astrid before, you know, whatever happens. Just in case she's watching it, which I don't think she'll watch it, but anyways. No, but I'm just going to say, you know, she came, during her season, she left like the 2nd episode. The fact that she even made it on All Stars is a big thing.
Yes.
And obviously the fact that she made it to the top 5 is amazing. So guess what? Even if you're not in the top 3 or whatever, you should be proud of yourself that you lasted this long.
Yes.
You were going against actual All Stars. So obviously this is, you know what I mean? Maybe if it was like a regular season, maybe you could have made it to the top 3, but you know, you're facing the best of the best, you know what I mean? So you should definitely be proud of yourself for making it this far. And honestly, I was personally impressed this season by some of the stuff you did, you know, and I didn't like you your season. So, you know, I'm sure you have some more fans now, and you know, we'll get into it later, but yeah, so I just want to say that nice little thing, just in case she's watching it or whatever, and just in case, you know, people are going to think like I completely hate her, like I don't. But yeah, so keep that in. Thank you.
Nice. But yeah, they basically said she's not ready, so we kind of knew. Yeah. But yeah, and then they talked about Hoso, and they talked about the double TV thing, which we really enjoyed. She doesn't take a breath. She's just full of energy. She's just, throughout the whole competition, every look has been good. I mean, I think she was only up on there the one time.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hoso, but I honestly, I'm not going to lie, I do think the Blade Brothers have like a soft spot for her, and I feel like, I don't want to say it's favoritism, but because she has talent and she has some good looks, but I do think, I don't know, I just get this feeling like they really like her, and you know, she's been on tour with them, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, I feel like the Blade Brothers have better connections with certain monsters than other monsters, so maybe, you know, they're a little lighter on them and not so hard on them, but obviously, like I said, she's talented, and I think she did the best in this challenge, you know, better than it. She was the best, the challenge, period. So yeah, but I'm just saying, I just want to put that little 2 cents there.
They talked about Victoria, who's the Crypt Keeper. They really enjoyed the book, you know. I guess the Blade Brothers are really into themselves, and they see like themselves incorporated into the act. They just, I mean, that's boom. So,
I mean, to be fair, we've seen it before. We've seen on Drag Race, people have done like RuPaul, and you know, RuPaul's like, oh my god, I'm so flattered you did that. We've seen them do Michelle Visage, and she's so flattered. So it's not just the Blade Brothers.
Yeah. So
honestly, anyone, like if they dress up as us, we would probably be flattered too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's a tip if you're ever going on the competition show, you know.
But if you don't do it right, it could be a
it could backfire on you.
But yes.
But yeah, and then they talked about her story throughout the episodes. They said it was a very consistent story, and that she's doing very well.
Wait, who, Victoria?
Yeah, Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
You know, talked about the consistencies. And then finally they talked about Evah.
They didn't talk about her personality because, well, personality.
Yeah, they didn't mention that.
And Evah.
Yeah, so they talked about Evah, right to that prosthetic falling off, and then they had the close-up of it.
Which, yeah, she was chewing gum during performance, which at first I thought was cute, but like I said, for the prosthetic, it wasn't cute because it made it
fall off.
Yeah.
Oh, they spilled some tea here.
What was the tea?
Remember when they saved Evah and Hoso?
Yes.
Well, they mentioned that Evah would have been the one going home that day.
I know, I was gagged when they said that, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
But I'm glad that Evah got to stay because I like her.
Yeah,
I really
both like Evah. But yeah, that was something to hear. And then they mentioned, the price to pay for saving them both, and they expected the people who were saved to step it up.
Yeah, speaking of tea, I did hear a little rumor that last episode was supposed to be the double elimination. It would have made sense because it was the episode right after they just got saved.
Yeah.
But because Melissa quit, they're like, oh, this is too much tea. Like, let's just let her quit and then we'll do the double elimination next week. Because I think it would make more sense to have like a top 4 and then a top 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
Like, I think it's kind of savage having 5 and then just going to 3 right away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, especially so close to the end like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're all doing so well.
Yeah.
Anyway, who is the winner of the competition?
No, girl, I have to talk about the...
Oh, that's right.
Bitch, you think it's going to be your moment? No, this is my moment, bitch. You had your moment, now it's mine. Hey, Jojo, I love you.
I love you.
Jojo.
Issues.
But we still love Jojo anyways. Jojo can hit me as much time as they want. I would still love you. I love you. You're so cute. I love when going like this to you, Jojo. Normally not with the nails, but you know what I mean. I'm just like, oh, you're so cute, Jojo.
Please like and subscribe, or I'll come to your house and hit you.
Period. As you should, Jojo. As you should. Alright, so now it's my turn. It's all about me. FancyAlly. 2, 1. FancyAlly, period. Twice. Listen to Twice Donut. It's that time of year. And best thing I ever had, and merry and happy. And wonderful day. Period. Let's see what the guest judges had to say. Joe and Harvey. Victoria was a crib keeper. The look was... You had the look on... her look was on lock, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. They said Victoria could do voice work because she said the Crypt Keeper voice was perfect or whatever. The terrifying monologue. The Blade Brothers were like, oh, you definitely gave a nod to the original, but, you were true to yourself. And also, like I said, I keep saying Victoria does have no personality. But for this one, I guess because she was doing a character and, it wasn't like an acting challenge where they gave you the stuff. I think she did a great job with the character, with the personality. But I wish, I don't know, we could see more of her personality, but I don't know. It's too late now since it's the finale. But, like, she did good for the Crypt Keeper, so good for the Crypt Keeper. Yay! Crypt Keeper fan favorite. So next is Astrid. Joe was like, oh, that was a bold choice. It was sinister, but you were kind of giving me Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
I don't know. I wrote that down. I don't know.
You're looking at the Christmas tree.
No, I think they mentioned Christmas tree. Something like that. Harvey was like, oh, it was not cohesive. The props.
The props.
Yeah. This is where my notes really get bad because I'm like, oh, I have to write all this down. This is why, you know what I mean? Because my handwriting was actually better for the other parts, but this part, no, girl. Blade Brothers was like, Astrid, this isn't your strongest look. We've seen better. And like I said, they said, I think the texture, some of it was like club material, which was kind of like leather, and obviously like the real Predator wouldn't.
It looked like she was wearing Victoria's shirt from the confessional.
Yeah, look at you being observant, Miss Judy, Puss. Next is Host of Teratoma. I think it was Harvey's favorite tonight. Yes, tonight. Details were on point. The Big Boulay was like, oh, it was stellar. I love all of the TVs, which like I said, there's 3, not just 2. The Little Brulee was like, oh, it was very fashion. I loved how you put the hair with the tapes, and it was like a never-ending cycle. On to Coco. Coco. Joe was like, you are definitely the bravest because you took the biggest risk and it paid off. The Boulets were like, we love that you picked us as the the horror icon, and it shows that you have a superior taste level. No. Yeah. Something different, yeah. For Evah, they said her look was too close to the original, and they didn't see too much Evah in it, and she didn't really put the twist on it that they were kind of asking for.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. It was once you saw that look, you just knew exactly what it was. You didn't have to question it.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the original, and I knew what it was. You know what I mean?
Cosplay.
I think it kind of was a little cosplay. Now you mention it.
Was she at DragCon or
I
was
think
she at Comic-Con?
When they were complimenting Evah's bodysuit, Astrid was just like, "Oh, it's just a bodysuit." And I was like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up because you're the queen of bodysuits, bitch. You've been wearing bodysuits all season. That's why you didn't make it to the top 3." Spoiler alert.
Yeah, Miss FancyAlly, you went in, right, Jojo? Miss FancyAlly went in.
hard on Astrid with the bodysuit.
I just want to know why they never brought up Astrid's autism on the show, at least not in Titans. I think it would explain a lot of her behavior.
I think it would.
And it would have been a good storyline, right, Jojo?
I agree. It would have been a story about overcoming disabilities.
Period.
Overcoming the odds.
And I don't know about you, but Dragula always, when I think of Dragula, I think of representation. They usually do a really great job of that. So this would have been a great opportunity to show someone with autism, thriving and making it to the top 5. But I guess they missed that opportunity, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Do better. Don't forget your roots, Dragula.
That's right. And don't forget, autism speaks.
Autism speaks, period.
Yes.
The winner of the challenge was
It was Hoso.
Hoso Teratoma. No surprise
Definitely
there.
so, yes.
Like I said, her look was the best overall, and the scare, everything was just on point. One of my favorite Hoso looks the whole season, probably
it was
ever.
wonderful.
What's it called? And basically, she made it to the finale automatically.
Yes.
And then the Blade Brothers were like, well, basically everyone else.
Yeah, she said all 4 of them will be up on the
Staircase
of Souls. Staircase of Souls.
Yeah, so all 4 of y'all are going up, and 2 of y'all are dying.
Yes.
2 of y'all are falling into oblivion. Shout out to Grimes.
Grimes.
And y'all are not gonna make it to the finale and y'all are not going on fucking tour.
No tour.
So yeah, they went to the Cauldron, you
Yes,
know.
Untucked.
I don't know if they used those coasters at all. I don't know if they did.
Yeah, the coasters.
And then, you know, what happened in Untucked?
Yeah, Untucked was an interesting Untucked. Astrid basically knows that she's done, so it became a
Basically.
little
And like I
rough for
said,
her.
I don't know if it's her autism and stuff, but like she kind of like says it, like, you know, I'm not gonna make it, you know. And then I feel like she kind of expects people to like be like, oh, or like something. And
yeah.
like I said, it's like, you're kind of right, you're not gonna make it. Even Hoso, they asked Hoso, like, who do you think is gonna be in your top, who do you think is going to be in the top 3 with
Yes.
you? And she was like, Astrid, I love you so much. I would love to see you there, but I don't see it for you.
No Astrid, she wanted Coco and Evah to be on the top with her.
Yeah, because she was like, Coco, we need you in the top 3 because what's it called? We need that representation, and I agree. And I think she's done an amazing job representing herself. She only made it in like 3 episodes or 4 episodes in her original season.
Yeah,
so like I said, again, the fact that she made it all the way here, she came prepared, and what's it called? She leveled up. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy to see her. Spoiler alert, she made it to the top 3 as she should. And then she was like, you know, Victoria, you've shown a lot of looks and they've been amazing. We know you could be amazing, but I think Evah deserves to have a chance to show more. And you know, I agreed with Hoso's top 3. That's a top 3 I would have liked, because obviously Astrid, she's in nobody's top 3. And Victoria, like I said, I feel like Victoria doesn't have that much of a personality, and her looks are good, but it's like, I don't know, it's like, especially in a drag artist, you kind of expect more, because like, I'm sure I've seen a couple drag artists like in person, like they look amazing, but then if their performance sucks, it's like, you know, that's a big part of being a drag artist. You know what I mean? Like you could have like, you know, the best quality clothes and wigs and makeup, but like if you don't have the personality or like, you know, the skills, you know, it's like, no, you're not gonna get that tip.
Yeah.
So yeah, I basically wrote Victoria was very full of herself. We saw it in the freaking liar detector. She was like, yes, I think I'm better than everyone else, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's just a turn off for me. Like, yes, she's really good, but like, you don't have to be like that. You know what I mean? Like, try to be a little humble. You know what I mean?
They all said they were better than everybody else.
Yeah, but like, when she says it, like, I really
Yeah,
hear
you
it.
can
You know what I
tell,
mean?
yes.
Like, it's just gross. But like I said, yeah, Asha should be proud of herself for making it this far. That's what I would say if I was there and, you know, she's having a pity party. I would be like, you should be proud of yourself for making it this far. You've grown a lot. You've shown that, and that's what it is. What it is. You know what I mean?
Just making it on the Titan show in general, that just proves.
Exactly. And like I said, she's facing the best of the best, so it's like obviously it's gonna be hard.
She got in my head there.
Yeah, she did. She was definitely in her head.
Saber.
But then one thing she did say in Untucked or the Cauldron or whatever, she was like, I just want to go on tour. Like if the Boulay brothers were like, oh, you know, you'll stay in the competition and you're gonna go on tour, but you're not gonna win the $100,000. She's like, that's fine. And I'm just like, it was kind of giving me a bit of like when Alaska was like, oh, you know, I'll pay $5,000 to whoever. What did she say?
Oh yeah, whoever like doesn't vote for me or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I forgot what the scenario was.
Yeah.
But she was basically gonna pay her way into the top or whatever.
Yeah,
and I was just like, but it's kind of the opposite because she doesn't even want the money.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Because unfortunately, spoiler alert, I don't even know my notes, but Evah didn't make it to the top 3, unfortunately. I was really upset about that. So guess what? Like, Evah, you could go on tour with Astrid. And basically everybody who didn't make it to the top 4, y'all can create your own tour. Because I want to see Melissa too. I want to see Melissa, Evah, Yovska, Erica Clash, Kendra Onyx. Who else? If I didn't see your name, I'm sorry. Because I forgot about her. Oh, Abhor, I forgot about Abhor. You know what? She actually does, I think she does a better show. She's one of those people that I think, you know, as a drag queen in the club, you know, in performance, she's better, but like on a competition, I don't know. You know what I mean?
But yeah, Astrid, she knows that she's done. And they mentioned that she mentioned she doesn't want the $100,000, that she'd rather just go on the tour. Even that's because she lives with her mom. Doesn't need the money.
Right, girl, that money is better than going on tour, to be honest. Like,
money.
when you're on a show, you're gonna get gigs and stuff,
Yes.
so I don't, you know what I mean? Basically, what's it called? So yeah, basically, so when it came to the staircase or the stairs of doom or whatever, of shadows, of whatever, of death, I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's called the Stairway of Souls.
Yes. So basically, when it comes to that, instead of, I thought all 4 of them were going to be on it at once.
Like, are they going to reconstruct this thing to have 4 doors?
But allegedly, no. So they did it 2 by 2. So first was Astrid and Coco. And then, you know, Astrid kind of looked like she was already ready.
Yes.
And then Coco was kind of like, I dare you, bitch, to get rid of me. And so then I feel like she knew what she was going to say. So then by Astrid, it was very obvious, you know. And even though 2 people went home tonight, let's be clear, Astrid is 5th place. And unfortunately, 4th place is Evah Destruction.
Yeah, it's Evah Destruction versus Victoria.
Yeah, Evah, the minute she knew she was like going to be with Victoria, she's like, oh,
Yeah.
and unfortunately she went home. But I didn't like how the Boulay brothers did it, because they were like, usually they say the name like, oh, Astrid, you're gonna die.
Yes.
But then for this one they were like Victoria, and I was like, oh, is Victoria going home? And then Evah just suddenly fell, and I was like,
I was confused.
they purposely did it wrong. But conspiracy theory, shout out to Shane Dawson. Conspiracy theory, technically they didn't say Eva's name, so I'm hoping maybe Evah could be in the next episode. And also they freaking did that whole freaking twist where like, oh, if you don't do the fight feed or whatever, and nobody ever fucking came back. So I think it would be a great opportunity for her to come back, because I just want to see like what Evah would do. Like, even if she doesn't make it to the top 3 again or the finale, I would love to see her one more episode and serve a look, because I just love Evah Destruction so much. But yeah, so I really hope she comes back. I'm hoping. I mean,
yes, but she did descend down the stairway.
And I was really sad about that, because, which I also, I don't know, I guess because I was already ready to do this review, but you know how they usually show the picture picture. Did they show their pictures? Because I don't remember watching.
Did they show her picture?
Or
no, they didn't show either one of their
Astrid.
pictures.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens next episode. I'm very interested. Like I said, next episode we're going to be very Christmassy, which is very different from, you know, Dragula. But it is what it is. So see you guys next week.
Please like and subscribe and comment.
And share, please. And comment nice things.
Merry Christmas.
And you could follow FancyAlly on TikTok, FancyAlly2. And follow her on Twitter, FancyAlly1. And yeah, watch all her videos. Like them, comment them, subscribe, share, and everything. Please support us. We are independent drag artists and we're struggling.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Please
everything.
join us next week for Clash of the Titans.
See you guys next week. It's going to be holiday, bitch.
Holiday.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.